fine. You know what? I'll tell them. You go to Six Soy Cowboy, you go to Pattaya, go to the red light district, you find yourself a brothel there. You go to Phuket, you go to one of those tourist attractions at nighttime, you'll find them there. It's not difficult. What are you gonna ask this man for? Like, what is
exactly.
He a pimp?
That's what I'm telling them. That gets old quick.
I have to tell you,
you're gonna travel
it
for
depends on how you conduct yourself. Yeah. It depends on how you conduct yourself as a tourist out there, because people are saying that you are an ambassador of your country when you travel to another country, right? So how you present yourself, people are watching you. They'll be questioning where you're from. And if you act a certain way, like negative, then that country is not going to welcome you. The people are not going to be happy seeing you. Not only that, the people, they haven't really quite integrated with a lot of different ethnicities. You know, it's almost homogenous. It's not like the UK or in America where you've had, you know, diverse ethnicities. Like,
yeah, that was good. Everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Patrick B Money, and today I got a special guest in the building. Is the clapback lady, Chat Jane. She don't need no introduction. She's a great asset to the space. She's a godsend, and she's doing a lot for the space, for the Passport Bros, and we need allies like this. Without further ado, Chat Jane, ladies and gentlemen. Yay!
Hello, everybody.
Yeah. Thank you so much for doing this collaboration with me, Jen. I truly appreciate it, because I know you are truly a great asset to the Passport Bro, not just the Passport Bros, because I don't see myself as a Passport Bro actually, but to the movement for digital nomads, guys looking for freedom, better lifestyle, outside the matrix, US, UK, Australia, Europe, and the rest of them. So we want to focus on traveling beyond clap cheeks stereotype, because there's been this stigma that it affects some brothers. I know it doesn't affect me, it doesn't affect some others, that traveling, going to countries in Southeast Asia, whether Thailand, Philippines, Cambodia, Malaysia, like, we are just going over there to clap cheeks, all right? So we want to give you more than the typical stereotype traveling overseas to clap cheeks, because that gets old after a while. So you want to travel with other things that actually matter in life. And that's traveling for your own personal growth, traveling to experience the culture, traveling for business opportunities, because 5, 10, 15 years, 20 years down the road, if you travel for your personal growth, business opportunities, exploring and taking advantage of a lot of business opportunities in this frontier markets, as I call them, traveling and making meaningful connections, you will be better off than just traveling to clap cheeks. Like, I meet guys on the Passport Bros, Facebook groups, even in life. They'll be like, yeah, I'll be traveling since the past 15, 20 years, but you could see they have nothing to show for it. Not even a condo in one of these countries in their name. They have zilch, just traveling like a freaking doofus. But Jane, what are your thoughts when you hear brothers traveling overseas from Thailand? But first of all, can you please introduce yourself?
Okay. Hi, guys. My name is Jane, and I have a YouTube channel called Chat Jane. It's spelled exactly the same way as, you know, the name that I typed in here in Zoom. I am a Thai woman. I was born in Thailand, but I moved to the UK when I was 7 during the financial crisis in 1997. So moved with the whole family, with my immediate family. And I've been here in the UK, like in London, like for almost 30 years now, almost 30 years. So you can kind of see I have the accent. And sometimes, you know, because I still connect with my Thai people because I can still speak Thai. I can still read, I can still write in Thai because I used to go to Thai school because I was born there. And so I'm still in contact or in touch with a lot of Thai people, including my relatives, you know, have friends and relatives in Thailand. So I'm able to communicate in both languages. And I'm able to also, you know, connect people from the West and also from Thailand to meet people who are seeking genuine love and searching for like long-term relationship. So they're very serious people. And so far I, you know, started this dating community. And within my dating community, there are 2 couples who are getting married this year. So I'm attending 2 weddings this year. So I'm really excited because I've not visited Thailand since I was 20 years old, since I had my kids. I've got 2 kids. And now my son is 13. So it's been almost like 15 years since I haven't been back to Thailand.
Wow.
I know.
15. That's incredible that it's been 30 years since you were living in the UK and you still maintain that connection to your motherland in terms of still retaining the ability to speak your mother tongue and all your cultural practices, that you still have that connection. That's not the same with a lot of communities. I know people left Nigeria 10 years ago and they can barely speak the language now. But that's incredible.
Thank you.
So how did you stumble on the Passport Bros community?
I didn't mean to. It was that podcast that went viral of the Western woman was trashing Colombian, Filipino women, and also Thai women, saying that we're uneducated because we can't speak English, not knowing our history. So I made a clapback video on that. I was a little bit late because I've been watching other Thai women been clapping back at this particular video that went viral. And I'm like, oh,
yeah, I
you're
remember
there,
that.
but you're not
Those
quite there.
hyenas.
Yeah, the hyenas. So basically, as I watched the clapbacks from the other Thai women, I'm like, you're almost there. You got it right. But no one has really quite covered the deep issue, the root cause of all of these negative stereotypes of Asian women. And because I've done some, you know, study at university, like I believe it's the critical thinking theory. It's like that kind of class. Mm-hmm. So basically, I thought to myself, well, I will share something of what I know. And this is coming from the, you know, academic studies. You know, it's within this framework. So it's not some sort of conspiracy. You can see it for yourself. There's facts, there's evidence. So I thought to myself, okay, since you guys are still stuck in that ideology of what history has set for you guys to think of and live in the world that we live in today with stereotypes of this group and that group, I will try to expose, or should I say, like share my knowledge, share what I know, share the historical facts to explain why you think the way that you do now about us, you know, because it's like these sort of stereotypes just doesn't have, I mean, just only affects on like the West as well. It's literally all over the world when you think about it, because, you know, Hollywood was or still is probably the main force of, you know, promotion or advertisement and how they represent each different race in their films, in their movies. And so where, you know, because Hollywood is pretty much just distributed around the globe, people pick up on that. they pick up on that, and then they have the stereotypes of that particular character based on her ethnicity, Asian woman, for example. And from what I talked about in my content, how it got to the stage of us being stereotyped as, ladies of the night, massage ladies, and, all of those stuff, submissive, docile, all of this stuff doesn't stem from nowhere. It stems from a very limited views through the lens of the people who are in charge of, setting up the system to benefit them. And they're kind of, raised, should I say. So we're pretty much the victims. And as you can see, with that ideologies, it has spread it quite far, because now you have other races looking at the Asian race, Asian woman, a certain way. That's why you have certain men goes to Asia for the reason to just clap cheeks, because it's based on the mindset of what they have seen or heard. But what they've seen and heard is through a very limited lens, very limited experience from other sexpats, should I say.
I remember taking, I think it was anthropology class. I remember taking one of those classes in college, because I didn't even know about the effects that Hollywood does have on certain races. I mean, subconsciously, I know, because me being Black, of course, Black people they probably got.
If you were in a horror film, you're the first to go. That's what it is.
They got the bad. I mean, now it's kind of evolving.
It's changing a bit,
with having a lot of Black African Americans on the directors and writers' seat. But I remember taking one of those classes, and one of the main things they talked about is the over sexualization of the Asian woman. And the typical massage parlor with the happy ending, the housemaid that does more than just house cleaning. It has over the years fed that stereotype that people from a certain generation, they automatically in their minds, subconsciously, whether they know it or not, they see an Asian woman, of course, they're thinking certain thoughts from me love you long time. It's all that, we can laugh about it, but I can't imagine being an Asian woman and have certain qualifications like you do, and some ignoramus who probably never saw the four corners of a university is throwing that nonsense at you. But we want to focus on traveling beyond clapping cheeks, because a lot of people from a certain age, they think they come to Thailand or the Philippines, Cambodia. These women will just fall on them because they're coming from the West. And what happens is they just go to the red light district, the massage parlor, the bars, the go-go bars, and they stay there and they form their opinion of an entire country based on just that one segment of the city, not even the whole country, just a little pocket. And next thing you know, he's married to a bad girl. She takes him to the cleaners, and now he wants to pay the whole country, the entire, women are just out there for your money to get you bought. They went to the ladies of the night and they got cleaned up, because I hear that story over and over again.
I think the reason why that happened, and I also, before I talk about that, I want to also point out how, I believe it's called the Wallace in Amsterdam. It's got the large red light district, and that's in Europe. So you don't really hear, country that's, predominantly white, with white women, you don't really attach them to such thing as massage parlor or sex work. Oops, sorry, or lady of the night, should I say? Mm-hmm. And on to the point of why that happened, why you have a certain Western men that goes over to Thailand and still hasn't quite established himself properly in another country with the strong currency that they have. They should be able to, but why haven't they done it? And I think it's all to do with the mindset. You see, back at home, you'll be someone that's like working class or close to working class, right? Or middle class, or I don't know, but it's not going to be the same when you move to another country with weaker currency. So once that happened, you feel like, guess what? I am now some guy with lots of money all of a sudden overnight just by flying over there. You become like almost like a millionaire. And that gets into your head. You think that you can spend money in that country because your retiring money is coming in every month. So you never have to worry. You never have to, budget your money, your spending. And you never thought about actually buying a property over there because it's still that lifestyle of like, I am a millionaire, I'm on holiday, I'm in paradise. But you're not thinking about the future. My stepson, he's been in Thailand for the first time since January. And he hasn't come back because he loved it that much. But the thing is, he ain't there to party. He's not a party type. He got a job over there. First time being in Thailand, got a job over there. First, he worked as a, someone who works at the weed shop in Thailand, basically, because weed is legal in Thailand. And because of his large amount of followers on TikTok, he's got about like 700K in London. So he's quite well known in the London. Yeah. The younger generations though.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he's in Thailand. He found a job. Someone invite him to work as a teacher, or more like hired him to work as an English teacher in a Thai school. And I just saw him recently that he rented this house because he's 22. And I think being there for the first time, I can understand why you wouldn't want to buy a property because, it can be quite complicated, especially when you don't have like a Thai partner. Everything is much more expensive for foreigners. The prices are different for foreigners.
The foreign tax.
Foreign tax, exactly. So it's better you go through, your Thai wife, for example, someone that you can trust in Thailand. And so therefore, he's just only rented that a place with about like 2 bedrooms. Like he's got a decent house in Krabi, and he lives with a cat.
My son.
Yeah.
Actually, I just signed a lease it's a brand new built condo, and I just met with the owner, spent some time with him. The good thing with this place is he will allow me to Airbnb it if I'm not using it.
So that's good.
Yeah, because I do Airbnb full time in the US, and I've been planning to expand to Southeast Asia. Started looking for places in the Philippines. I liked it, but the Filipino food can mess with Thai food. And then I tried Cambodia. I don't think they're ready for international business. So I came down here in Thailand, and everything
Speaking
just
about Cambodia,
so quickly.
I heard that Thailand and Cambodia are not getting on as usual. There's some tension.
They have like
old got some beef.
Yeah, old beef they're dealing with.
No, it goes
But a
deep.
lot of things are similar.
Very, because it's both cultures pretty much stem from the like the Indian Hindu culture.
Yeah.
So that's why the Thai names is very similar. It sounds similar, and some of the words are very similar to like Indian words.
Yes.
Thai language is a mixture of we have a lot of borrowed words. First of all, like Sanskrit, the language from the Dai people, which is where the Thai people originate from and migrated down south a little bit more. Mm-hmm. And we mix with the indigenous people, as well as so many other cultures, because we had like, lots of trading from not just our neighboring countries, but also from the West as well. And the thing is, you know, at one point during the Ayutthaya era, that was during like the 13th century to like the 18th century, I think. I mean, it was the most prosperous city back in those days, or kingdom, should I say. It was like the entrepot of like, you know, international trading. So what it is that during that time, China would not open up its trading to the West. They didn't want to do no business with the West. Every time the West want to do trading with China, they have to go through Ayutthaya, which is Thailand now today. So we played a very important part of history in terms of being the center of all trading from all different nationalities, like, of different countries. Like, so no one really understands this in the West because they don't learn about our history, which I understand because it's, you know, why would you learn about our history? But I feel like the educational system should be a bit more transparent and include a lot more history from outside of just, you know, what's been written down by the very same people as you are, you know, the government, stuff like that. I feel like it's really important that we look at history so that history itself doesn't repeat. And you can actually see for yourself why the world is what it is today. It is because of history. History shapes our modern world and our modern mindset. And this is what I try to do. I'm sorry if my boyfriend is like loud in the background. He's just in a good mood. But yes, I feel like it's important. And I feel like a lot of people needs to know this because this is the only way that's going to connect people together by having better understandings of where these stereotypes are coming from. You know, where this behavior is coming from, where it stems from. It stems from this mindset. But where is this mindset coming from? It comes from history. So yes, it's really important.
Yeah, that's true because I did study about the history of Cambodia, of course, the history of Thailand as well. You know, Cambodia, they were once a mighty empire, the Khmer Empire, and they even conquered parts of what is today Thailand. And
I think before Thailand established itself, that became an independent state in 1238 or 37, the year 1230, something around there, like somewhere around there, I mean. Khmer Empire stretched far, like around Southeast Asia. And then I think around 1237 or 38, 1238, I'll go for that, is when two kings decided to join hand and fought off the, you know, the Khmer, the oppressor, and establish a land of the free, which means that, you know, the word Thai means free in itself anyway. That's the meaning of the country, is to fight off the oppressors and establish freedom and independence. And that's what we have today. And we are very proud because we haven't been colonized before by anybody. You know, we have our own language, but we're free to borrow other languages, you know. And we were, you know, part of the most important city in history because of the, you know, being the biggest traders, international traders. Like we help connect and have these networks of different trades from the West and the East, and even in like Middle East as well. So it's like a huge thing. It's a huge thing.
yeah, most definitely, because Thailand, very, very, you know, civilized before the West arrived, and Cambodia, very civilized as well. And of course, both Thailand, Cambodia, and some parts of Thailand has a lot of Indian influence. The first Cambodian king was actually an Indian merchant. So Hinduism, which was the faith practiced by a lot of Thais and Cambodians before Buddhism, originated from India. And then Buddhism originated from India as well. So I always tell people to really understand a people's psychic, you have to understand the religion. So religion has a lot of influence to culture, and culture has a lot of influence to how people behave. So I did a lot of studying on the two religions, and Buddhism being chief amongst them. And I always prescribe to people, if you can demonstrate to wherever you are, if you're in Thailand, if you're in Cambodia or Malaysia, demonstrate to the girl that you're interested in that you know something about the history of their country. And this has worked in my favor in a lot of countries that I've been to, including in Europe. You start talking about the history of their country, she becomes so interested in you because she knows you are, that separates you from the regular Farangs who come here acting all ignorance and oblivious to everything around them. So you can demonstrate that you understand the history of their country, their culture, the richness and things, how they contributed. It sets you so much apart, and you get so much respect from the people. And traveling is more than just having a narrow-minded, oh man, let me go out. I mean, if you are coming from the desert of the West, Jen, you probably don't understand this.
Yeah, I do.
A lot of guys coming from, that desert called the West, Texas here, everything I'm talking about right now is probably going in here, get out of here. Just tell me, because they email me, they message me on Instagram all the time, places where they could go clap cheeks. Like that's the only thing on their
It's so
mind.
easy to find. You know what? I'll tell them. You go to Soy 6 Soy Cowboy, you go to Pattaya, go to the red light district, you find yourself a brothel there. You go to Phuket, you go to one of those tourist attractions at nighttime, you'll find them there. It's not difficult. What are you gonna ask this man for? Like, what is
exactly.
he, a pimp?
That's what I'm telling them. That gets old quick.
I have to
I mean,
tell
you're
you,
gonna travel
it
for
depends on how you
thousands of
conduct yourself.
miles.
Yeah. It
For
depends
just
on how you
that.
conduct yourself as a tourist out there, because people are saying that you are an ambassador of your country when you travel to another country, right? So
Facts.
how you present yourself, people are watching you. They'll be questioning where you're from, and if you act a certain way, like negative, then that country is not going to welcome you. The people are not going to be happy seeing you. Not only that, the people, they haven't really quite integrated with a lot of different ethnicities. It's almost homogenous. It's not like the UK or in America where you've had, diverse ethnicities like for centuries, should I say. So you can kind of see it's not down to the skin color, skin tone, it's down to the individuals, right? But in Thailand and in many other countries like Asia, it's still quite homogenous. So if a few people from that group act a certain way, they're gonna start thinking, oh, maybe this is all this is what they are like, because they don't understand, they haven't really integrated with so many to realize that those people are not the same as the rest of the group. So it's like you have to understand how to behave in another country. Expectations is still needed in every society. And the thing is, when you travel, you have to travel with an open mind. You can't just bring in your Western way, should I say, when a Westerner visits, another country such as Thailand. You can't be so self-centered and conceited because you're in another country where you deem to be less developed than yours. That mindset is already, something that you would call troublemaking already. Like you're there looking for
it's
trouble.
already warped.
Yeah, it's It's hard to explain because some people are so deep ingrained into their own culture. They're not quite educated enough. So that means that they haven't got the experience, which means they lack the tools in how to connect with the people outside of their culture, you know? And it's a sad thing because you have the internet, you have, you know, especially in America with your passport, you can travel around the world. It's the same with my British passport, right? So with that, and you have the privilege to fly out of your country to another country, right? That has maybe lower GDP than you. But the whole point is you have these privileges to travel and explore and learn. But it's like some people have the money, they have the means to travel, but they haven't got that correct mindset to travel with. You know, you don't just pack your suitcase with all your stuff and materials. You also have to pack the right mindset when you visit another country. And just like what Patrick said, it helps to learn about another cultures, all their history, because it really does set you apart from all those expats, because you're showing yourself, you're presenting yourself like you are well educated and you are interested in their culture. You don't come across as someone like, hey, everybody needs to cater to me because I'm a Westerner. I'm better than you. I'm this and that. You can't have that because Thai people are proud people. They won't allow it. You know, they're very hospitable people. But the thing is, once you step over the line, yeah, but if you step over the line, you overstay your welcome.
They will show you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I get that question a lot, you know, because there's a lot of info about Thailand on the internet. However, when it comes to Cambodia, there's very limited amount of information out there, especially coming from the perspective of a Black or an African-American man. And they always ask me, are Cambodians racist? First of all, Cambodia doesn't have any Black people in it. So
they're Black themselves.
Exactly. When they're dealing with you, we are all foreigners to them. Maybe very few of them will make the distinction, but majority of them, they're dealing with you based on you with no preconceived notion. I won't say the same thing about the Philippines. Cambodia in particular, when they're dealing with you, they don't have any preconceived notions. And I always encourage or say, be the best version, be an ambassador for whichever country you're coming from. Okay? Right now, we are all foreigners today. If you're not Cambodian, if you know Khmer, maybe they will look at Asians a little bit different. But
they will look at me very different because I'm Thai. I'm like their enemy or something
other
for
than
some
that,
reason.
Yeah, we're all foreigners today.
Not unless I show them my British passport, then they're like, actually, they might hate me even more. They're like, God damn it.
They'll probably come up to you speaking Khmer.
Nah, if they find out I'm Thai, they'll just completely stop talking to me and walk the other direction.
Oh, really? Is that bad?
It's really that bad, but thing is, I'm in the UK, I'm in London, I'm not really involved. And I know the history, so I can appreciate Cambodia as well. But like, you know, there's this online social beef between Thailand and Cambodia based upon the fact that, you know, we have been accused of stealing Cambodians' traditional attires and history and just literally everything. And it's like, no.
I understand
we broke away from you and developed our own stuff, even though we have heavy influence from India as well as, you know, the Khmer Empire. But Thailand is still different from Cambodia in so many ways. The way the culture developed and branched off away from the Khmer Empire, you know, established its own culture, its own language. And not only that, we weren't colonized by the French, and we didn't become, you know, communist, and that's how different we are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
but I feel like in terms of going over to search for a traditional wife in, you know, the Philippines, Thailand, and whatnot, I feel like it's possible. It's more, you have higher chance of meeting, you know, the traditional wife that you're looking for in Asia, only because we don't get that much support from the government. So then therefore the family units pretty much stay together. You have a mom and dad, and that the mom learned from the grandmother of how to cook, you know, Thai food in general. Cooking and not so much cleaning, but yeah, we still clean anyway because you have to keep the house clean. But cooking is like an Asian culture thing where it's really, it's something that keeps the family together. It's very family oriented in an Asian culture, and food is like the main thing that brings people together at the table. So therefore, we know how to cook, basically. When you compare to a modern Western woman, should I say, if you think about it, the government helped single moms so much that they can afford to buy McDonald's and drive cars and just buy stuff that's already made.
A lot of social safety nets.
Yeah, so then therefore you don't have to struggle or even have to lift a finger to cook. You can just order on your phone and it'll come to you. Back in the days, it's like, okay, straight to McDonald's, I'll drive you there. But there's not much cooking involved. So then therefore, now you get a generation where hardly anyone knows how to cook properly. So that's the difference. Speaking about single moms as well, what's the difference between a Western, you know, single mother and a Thai single mother? I mean, I'll let you answer this, Patrick. What do you think the differences are?
Well, for the West, they got all those government assistances helping them with raising the child, and they can pursue the father if he's still alive for child support. Whereas, as I'm understanding, for Southeast Asia, that's not non-existent. So either her family is helping out or she's shit out of luck.
Yeah, she'll have to leave the child with, you know, her parents and go to work in the area where it's packed with tourists and, you know, jobs available, more jobs available than, you know, the countryside that she's from. And that's the life of most single moms in Thailand because the dad ain't around to help. But the thing is, these single moms in Thailand, they're not going to be like, men are useless, I don't need a man. They do need a man. That's the difference.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they need you to be part of the unit to actually help ease the life, because being a single mom is difficult. You may be wondering, why are they single moms? It's because we have been taught that, you know, having a family, grow up, get married and stuff like that. Traditional stuff. We've been taught to be traditional wives, but it's just unfortunate that in some cases, the men aren't mature enough, or that they're selfish. And so left the woman to be single mom. My mom used to be a single mom. And the thing is, you know, my biological dad is Thai. But here's the thing. It's not down to ethnicity or race. It's like I said, it's down to the individual, because I was with my ex who is, you know, a Londoner. He was born in London and he's a black guy. But here's the thing. Like I said, I do not generalize people because of one little bad experience, because he doesn't represent all of the whole group. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And till today, I'm with, you know, my current boyfriend now, you know, the next guy in my life, and we've been together for over 10 years. So I feel like being in my position, in a way, helps other Thai women to understand a little bit more about, you know, another cultures, because I myself has lived in the West for almost 30 years and I am in a long-term relationship with a black man. So it's good that I'm able to explain based upon my personal experience, and to also give people hope and to open their mind a little bit more, which means opening up their options furthermore to actually reach that happiness and success, like in their love life. So I can see the issue with, you know, the West, in the dating scene of the West is like, oh, kind of looks awful, especially for like, you know, black guys in the black community. I see that they get trashed by these Western women. just because they want to fly over to another country and be appreciated like a human being, you know. And
yeah, you know, I always say that's a luxury when you get with these Western women's paying out their BS all over the place. It's a luxury because Uncle Sam is there picking up the tab. And Uncle Sam is not stupid. He's passing that tab to the men in that society, whether it's directly by garnishing wages, like when she's filed for child support. And you see in some states, guys have stopped paying child support for children they didn't even father. And there's been egregious cases where a woman just, I don't know if she just picked a name out of her hat, how the guy never met her, no interaction whatsoever. He still had to go to court, still had to spend all kind of money, and there was zero consequences to her after it was found out that the guy doesn't even know her. And it's the laws are, I call it paternalistic type laws are there to protect them, and it gives them this luxury to go and trash man and zero consequences for them doing that. So you remove that social safety net, watch them come to the table and sit up straight.
They are the table. Remember that?
I don't see that going away anytime soon, because more and more women getting elected to Congress and appointed to federal benches as judges, and more of them moving in. They will always, the female code, they will always look out for their own best interest. So if you're a man and you want to safeguard the world that you work so hard to build, you have to look towards a place that has family-friendly laws, culture, and people. So if you want to form a family, because America loves to break families. It's just in their economic, their bottom line, best interest to smash families and have two households, paying more bills, garnishing the man's wages and giving it to the woman, because they know the woman will spend that money. And that's how Uncle Sam recoups all that he spends on these ladies, on their, terrible decisions. So it just, go ahead, Jane, sorry I cut you off.
No, it's fine. I'm listening to you as well, but it's very true. The West love to break up families. And you know what's weird is that I've been in the West for almost 30 years and I still don't have that mindset. I guess I'm just Thai.
You're different. You're different.
It's just because I've seen my mom, with my stepdad, and I grew up with, a full set of family unit, mom, dad, siblings. So for me, it's normal to see that when I have a family of my own, yes, there needs to be a dad in the house, especially when I have a son. He needs a father figure, a male figure, a good role model in his life, because he's a boy who's going to grow up into a man one day. Never had that mindset of like, I can do it on my own. It's like, okay, it's good that you have that saying and that motivation quote of like, you can push through by yourself, you're a strong woman, stuff like that. I'll be honest to myself, I'm not strong enough. That's why I got myself a man. I'm not strong enough because I can see myself deteriorating just raising the kids by myself, because I've been through trauma, I guess, and just survived from the abusive relationship. And so therefore I can see that I can't really raise my son on a lot psychological terms. It's like, I'm not mentally ready. I need to have another helping hand, and it has to be a man, a good man this time, Thanks. Yeah, because there's values in good men out there. And then I believe there are good men out there, because looking at my stepdad, if he can accept me as his stepdaughter and also my sister as his stepdaughter and start a family with my mom, there will be men like that out there. There'll be more.
Oh, like there are plenty of men like that.
Plenty. It's just that many people kind of like avoid the whole relationship thing just because they've been through a couple of like failed relationships and whatnot, or maybe even been in like once like just one failed relationship is enough to give them trauma that they would not try again. But me, I don't know how I am as a person. I just push through because if I want something, I'll go get it. And I know that it's going to be good for us, for my kids. So I know that it's important to get that. And I got it. I never gave up. I don't dwell on the negativity so much. And this is how look, in everything you do, you take risk. I took risk, and guess what? I'm here today in a happy, successful, long-term relationship with, my boyfriend. And my kids, they're happier because they get the attention and love and also the affection that children are supposed to get as they're growing up. And it's good to have both love, it's good to have the love from both mom and dad. It's a strong unit. They need to be in a stable environment. And when you talk about stable environment, it's not just having food on the table. It's literally paying attention to them emotionally as well, and what they do, their aspirations, everything. Because there's a lot of moms out there, especially in the Western society, where they have the mindset of saying that they don't need a man, stuff like that. You're not even considering your child's feelings.
No.
And the government and the law, they don't even look at the child's needs and feelings. It's all about money making and how to extract money from the paying parents. Which I can see why a lot of guys in America or in Europe commit suicide.
Yeah, they're up on life in themselves, because America is a very individualistic society, very individualistic driven. And a lot of Asian countries, majority of them that I've been to, is very more of collective. And when you're in a society where everyone is thinking for us, not that they lose their self in the group, but they're thinking what's good for us as a whole. Because if it's good for us as a whole individually, it benefits us more. When you're in a society like that, it's easy to raise successful children. Because in Africa, we say it takes a village to raise a child.
In
in
Thailand,
Nigeria, where I'm from,
societal pressure.
Yeah, so everyone is looking out for your child. Someone, see your kid somewhere being a bagger. They're gonna, correct him, chastise him out of love. But in America, it's a completely different case, where people are not allowed to correct other people's children. You get a big lawsuit on you. And not just a lawsuit, you probably get a felony charge.
Yeah.
So people just kind of look the other way and mind their own business. And if they are like a social worker or something like that, to them, it's just a job. Whatever, even when the policy they're pushing is detrimental to the children, it's like a shoulder shrug. Yeah, that's why you have a lot of kids that go into the foster care and they get eaten up by the system. Very few of them make it out to be successful, functioning adults. The rest, they just get eaten up by the system, funnel them to the juvie system and to the penitentiary. And I mean, America eats our own children. But moving on to what we're talking about. So we talked about culture, traveling and experiencing more of the culture for your own personal growth. Jane, being that you probably haven't been to Thailand, you haven't been to Thailand for a while now, how would you say to a foreigner that comes to Thailand, do this or do that for your own, to actually experience the cultures of Thailand even much, much better?
I have to say, Thailand is mainly a Buddhist country. So if you were to travel outside of the heavy tourist traffic, for example, a heavy tourist area, and explore outside of that, you know, popular area full of foreigners, if you really want to see the authentic Thai, then you step outside of that zone. And don't be afraid that you can't speak the language. They can't speak your language. And that's a normal experience when you're in another country that doesn't use English as the main language. It's just that it's good to go out so that you get to see another side of the Thai culture that is not based on catering to the West. So you'll see the food could be quite different. Maybe it's a dish you've never heard before in the tourist area, but over here it's like homemade food. You also get to experience a different lifestyle out there that is different from back in your country, or maybe sometimes you see some similarities, which you know could bring you right back at home, but you're in a foreign country. And I think in the countryside it's a little bit calm because you know there's less people, less busy, but it doesn't mean that it's undeveloped. It's still quite developed. It's just that it's less populated, you know. And if you are looking for that kind of lifestyle or a holiday that's kind of quiet, away from other foreigners and other tourists, then I suggest that you know, go and meet other local people in different regions and learn a little bit more about that region of Thailand. And as you like travel furthermore into different parts of Thailand, you will see how different it is in different parts of that country. So the Northeast is very close to Laos. So the food, the language, the dialect, should I say, is very similar. And the lifestyle is going to be different than the people in down south of Thailand, because down south is next to Malaysia, and Malaysia is predominantly, you know, Muslim, a lot of Muslim people there. So then down south of Thailand has that connection. So a lot of the south of Thailand, like the people over there are Muslims themselves. So if you are a Muslim person, a Muslim man, you're welcome to visit Thailand down south, because they have mosque over there, they have prayers, like everything is Islamic. In the north of Thailand, you know, not only do you get different types of lifestyles, you get a different atmosphere, environment. So up north is more like mountains and forests and stuff like that. And down south is like all those beaches that you've seen in movies, like beautiful beaches. And then in the central, it's like Bangkok, Pattaya, Phuket, all these major cities. But even within the cities itself, there are areas that is not so popular with the tourists. So it's up to you for you to like explore for yourself, but also, you know, take your wits with you. Remember to keep safe, you know, and it's a good idea to maybe have a local friend over there who you can trust, and they can actually guide you through Thailand and navigate through Thailand without you getting scammed. So my stepson, because he decided that he wants to learn the language and he's picking up, you know, words and verbs and all this stuff, vocabularies, he is connecting with Thai people, and he is making that strong connection, start off with, you know, friendship. And because of that, Thai people are very nice anyway. When you approach them in a nice way, they're nice back to you. So they would want to help you. They want to help you. And so he's able to travel around Thailand without getting in trouble because he has Thai friends. So it's a good idea to actually make connections with the local people over there, so that they can protect you and help you guide, you know, your ways around Thailand, stuff like that. It's a good idea.
Yeah, actually, I'm right down in southern Thailand, next to Malaysia. So I do get a lot. That's a lot of Muslims here, and I love it here. This is one hidden gem. I'm not even trying to advertise this town because this is the best part of Thailand that I've been to. The food is just phenomenal. I've been to a lot of places in Thailand, from Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, Bangkok, Hao Hin, Phuket, Pattaya. Man, this place it beats them all around. It's unbelievable. I love it here. And I think I'm being biased, but the ladies here just incredibly beautiful.
They have
It
different
beats
features.
the rest of them.
It's the south of Thailand is really interesting. We have like the dark skin complexion, like dark complexion down south, even though the country itself is pretty much quite, you know, they still have colorism going on in Asia, the bleaching and all that stuff. But
I know north of
not
Thailand,
everybody.
like Chiang, they are very light skin.
Oh yeah, because they're closer to China. So up north is more like light skin with maybe wider jawline and, you know, smaller eyes, should I say? And down south you get more like almost like Indian looking, but also black as well, because we have the Manik people of Thailand, like the indigenous people of Thailand who lives in the jungle. So it's very mixed down in south. And I myself is a mixture of, you know, central and northern Thailand. It's like my grandfather leans towards more of like, you know, the black Asian with fuller lips and darker skin. So Asia is actually very mixed. It's just that many people probably don't realize it because all they tend to do is promote and advertise the one standard look, you know?
Yeah.
So
that's true. Asia is very diverse. It doesn't matter where you go, whether you go to, like when I was in Malaysia, very diverse. You have the Malay people, you have the Penang Chinese, you have the Indians, the Penang Chinese, which has been there for, I think, since the 18th century. Then you have the Indians that was brought over by the British. And then you have few Arabs and everyone else. Very diverse.
Very,
as well.
very.
And Thailand, the same thing. Thailand is diverse. It's like Thai people, they have varieties. You have Thai people that look like Latinas. It's just
I got people asking, questioning whether I'm Latina when I had darker skin tone because I just got back from Thailand. So it's so strange, but cool, whatever. I feel like
Thailand is that diverse.
It really is, and I just want to tell the people who maybe are questioning whether you should travel outside of the US or outside of, you know, Europe and maybe try to meet someone in Asia. I think, you know, you're more likely to be lucky because you are valued as someone of high status when you go over there with your British passport or American passport. A lot of Thai people, not just Thai people, but a lot of Southeast Asian people look up to the West and they dream to fly over to the West to work because the currency is so strong. So when they send it back home, it's like they can live a comfortable lifestyle. And also it's not just for themselves. Normally they do that because they have family that relies on them. And in an Asian culture, like I know that in the Thai culture, if you are the eldest child, you are the breadwinner of the whole family because you have to, the rest of the family have to sacrifice for just one to reach that success, like that education, that success, so that they get a really good job. And then when they get a good job, they can now open up doors for the rest of their siblings or family members to come work with them. So it's like all about investment, and it's hard because you don't get the government to help you. Now,
it's all the
family. When they go over to like the US and the UK, a lot of them are not aware that it's hard in the UK and in the US because everything is expensive now. So you work hard, but then you pay off your bills, your tax, your this and that, rent. Oh my God, you have very little bit of money. It's not even worth sending back to your country. So you're here in another country struggling. Yeah, especially. I'm in the UK and I'm living it, man. I mean,
especially I couldn't imagine.
Look, I'm on benefits, and it's just like it's already quite hard, but I'm kind of blessed in the way because, you know, in the UK, the country is what they say is the first world country, and so therefore they have this system available for someone who's struggling like me, who has a daughter with the special needs. Then I guess I am eligible for that help. and support. But that's not enough, because I get, you know, labeled as, oh, just another immigrants on benefits, don't want to contribute anything. It's like, my family has been contributing to this country for decades, like, and I'm the only first generation that's on benefit, and you think I'm basically dragging down the system. when we have like CEOs and like Starbucks, Facebook, Amazon not paying enough tax. My boyfriend paid more tax than them, man, and he's a working class. Yeah. He's a head chef, and it's like, he's a head chef who's kind of struggling financially. So what the hell's going on? But then, like, guess what? That's the story for another topic or something, because yeah, we're gonna be talking about relationship and international dating. Yeah, but I just want to say that a lot of Asian people don't realize this, but you can see why you're seen as quite high value in a Southeast Asian community, based upon,
especially this town.
Yeah, I mean, look, people think I'm rich because I'm in London, but they're not well educated enough or have a lot of knowledge on what life is like living in London. You know, how it's very different from everybody, you know. And because of that, a lot of Thai people, they kind of resent me for that. You know, they have the stereotypes of me, a Thai person growing up outside of Thailand, like in London. So they have this set image, or like this sort of like perception of me already, based upon very limited knowledge. But that's coming from a place where they see you as being above them in a social status, you know, and it doesn't work in my favor, but it'll work on you because you're not Thai, you see. So they have nothing against you, no hard feelings, like, because you're a foreigner. So then therefore there's no need to compete with you. They're more likely to just accept you because you are not Thai. I don't know why.
Oh, wow.
But that happens. But the thing is, that's not everybody. I just came across certain people who have that kind of like thoughts about me and the rest of the Thai people who didn't grow up in Thailand. However, these are the mindsets that I already know it's kind of invalid. Like, the points is already invalid because it's coming from a very small, close-minded place. You know what I'm saying? So it's just basically just words to me that has no values in it. I know myself, if I can speak the language, if I can still connect with you know, other Thai people on a positive note, then, especially when I can read and write as well, and my mom's Thai and all this stuff, then yeah, I am Thai. I'm Thai, but with a twist. I'm a Thai person with the Western culture, with the knowledge of Western culture, because I grew up there. So then therefore, you know, people believe in me in terms of, you know, able to connect them together in search for a serious relationship. I've got one side, which is the group of Thai ladies who are looking to settle down now. I'm talking about ladies who are like hitting 30 and they're worrying that, oh my God, I'm hitting 30 and I have no kids. I need to start having a family now. My ovaries are like, you know, expiring soon. See, this is the mindset of my Thai women in my group, is that they're actually looking for a good man to start a relationship with. And then I'm seeing the other side. It's like, well, you guys are single and you're looking for traditional wife from outside of the US or outside of the UK. And because I have that, I know a group of people who are looking for the same thing as you guys, you know, like common ground. It's like to find love and happiness and also peace. Well, because I can speak 2 languages, I can connect them together. I can translate, I can explain about the cultures, like different cultures to each other, and make them understand a bit more about who you're dating. If you're dating a Black guy from America, understand the history, understand how he was treated, understand how the system has been unfair to the group of people that's been marginalized. You know, I tell my ladies, when you step into my dating community, you have to be open-minded. You have to change your mindset. You have to be updated with what's going on. You know, you can't have your outdated mindset, because guess what? When that happened, it didn't work. one of the women missed the chance of being with a good guy because her mindset was with, the leaning towards like prejudice because of other Thai women's bad experiences with like certain Nigerian men in Thailand. And it's like, Nigerian is not the same as it's not the same just because they share the same amount of melanin. Like, you're crazy. But here you go. I think that was the lesson for her, though.
The Nigerians.
Oh my God! Look, all I can say is I'm in a society where it's so diverse that I have Nigerian friends who are men as well, and they're decent and they're well educated. So that's down to the individuals. But
yeah, when it comes to love and relationship, Nigerian men are very dangerous.
Whatever it is, I don't know. I've never experienced it.
You fall in love, and you'll be gone.
I heard that they sweet talk. I mean, cool.
Oh yeah, Nigerians. It's not just like talk. Everywhere we go, even in Africa, South Africa, East Africa, like Kenya, Rwanda. Those women, it's like they want a Nigerian man, but they are afraid that right when she gets deep in the middle of it, he might leave her. Because the way Nigerian men, the way we think about relationship is always measuring what values this woman bringing into my life. Like Nigerian men, we'll take care of our woman. Like you don't have to do nothing. We carry everything. But if we start seeing men, she can bring enough value to my life. She's just there. She doesn't motivate me. She doesn't take care of the house. Once they see that, they're gone. And they might try to make adjustments, see if she changed. No, she's who she is. And that means if I marry her, have kids with her, I'm not going to get better. But we are very good on spoiling girls we date. And very, very, that's why all over, even all the way to Eastern Europe, we leave a very, very big impression. Plus their D game is A1. But switching to what you were saying about meeting local men or local guys here in Thailand, I always preach that for guys to make friends with, if you're in Thailand, Thai man, Philippines, a Filipino man, find a really good group of guys, local guys that you're friends with. And the reason why I say that is if something happens, it's better having another Thai man talking to another Thai man on your behalf than you trying to do the whole translation. And they all see you as this foreigner. In Nigeria, we call it man talk to man, man talk to man. All right. If you're in Nigeria, you're a foreigner and you're a friend of mine, and something goes sideways, it's better me as a Nigerian talking to other Nigerians on your behalf than you trying to go over there, talk the case on your own behalf, and you don't understand the culture fully. Then there's the language barrier. It's better to have a local. They can, they know if something is, BS or if it's real. They know if you did something offensive, if you did it to someone that really, you need to apologize to this person, they're really somebody, or just some, B-list nobody. Yeah. So a local person or local man will help you distill between a real danger if something's to go sideways. Not that Thailand is not safe. Thailand is very safe.
It's safe.
All right.
It's safer than around my area in London.
Exactly. Safer than, I'm from, I've been living in Austin, Texas for the past couple of decades. Very safer than those places, However, there are certain situations you want to run things Like I'm going shopping for furniture. I went from the mall to like local furniture store, and I could tell, man, this guy's trying to charge me the foreign tax. So I'm gonna be sending my Thai friend to go over there and pick up furnitures for me. Because I could tell, because the furnitures don't have prices on them.
Yeah.
And some of the furnitures there is more expensive than what I found at the mall. And at the furniture store, it should be cheaper than at the mall. Yeah. So I think he was trying to, tag a foreign tax on me. But switching gear, that's good, make friends with the local guys, because it will really, really enrich your entire experience of whichever place that you're going to. Because many times guys be thinking, oh, if you make friends with local guys turn to haters when they see you with the ladies. Nah.
No, that depends on the individuals actually, because Thai men, they don't get jealous over women, because a lot of them nowadays don't really put priority in terms of dating. Maybe they rather just work and find joy in making money and spending money to go on holiday and whatnot, or party with their friends, the younger versions. But the older generation, they also kind of given up on dating, because it's hard to get Thai women to stick with them. And you have to understand that it's not your fault that your country is has different, like you come from a country where your economy is doing better, you have higher GDP, so therefore Thai men understand that it's not your fault that in fact they're happy to see you, because you're coming over to the country and you're investing into the country and helping out. You get very few small percentage of Thai men who finds you to be irritating because you're taking the Thai woman. But the thing is, they have to actually question themselves, well, why haven't you got a Thai woman? So you kind of question their character. If they start blaming you to why they're single based upon the fact that you are a foreigner and that Thai man finds you more attractive, that's not true. We have so many other Thai women who are into Asian guys, including the Thai men themselves. So they're not losing out on anything. Back to the older generation, like I said, they are happy to be single and content than being with, in a relationship that caused them pain. And those kind of men, unlike my uncle, he's successful with his marriage life and all that stuff. But these men are coming from a place of where they weren't successful. And so therefore, with that trauma, they did not want to try again in finding love or seeking love. And here's the thing, like, it's down to you and how you want to live your life. If it's peaceful to you and to everybody else, then you're doing the right thing. You can be single and be happy, down to you. Or if it's not your style, then go search for that right person, that significant one that can, complete the other half of your love life. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, it's down to you, but I can't see Thai men being pissed off at you coming over and taking all of our women. It's like, we're not white. We don't think like that.
Thai men don't think like that. And I've traveled the world extensively. In Korea, in South Korea, like I did my exchange program in Korea when I was in college. Korean men are very jealous when they see you with a Korean girl, Korean woman. I remember sometimes we're at a club and we pick up a Korean girl. Some Korean guy out of nowhere will jump in. Oh, my sister. Like, try to cock block it. And a lot of them have gotten into fights over that. Not with us, but with like other foreigners, mostly Westerners. Like some guys, they get like really tired of it. Like I know this one guy, they got into a really bad fight. He was white American guy. And I guess it happened to him a couple of times and he just couldn't take it no more. And but in Thailand, first time that I came to Thailand was 2022 when they were just opening up right after the pandemic. And I have not had not a single incident where a Thai man is trying to cock block or give me a side eye because I'm with a Thai woman. And there are other parts of the world that happens at. Because I've been to Eastern Europe extensively as well, Central Europe like Hungary. There are other places where that happened, but I haven't seen it in Thailand, Philippines, or Cambodia, even Malaysia. So
I think well, there's a lot of plenty of Thai women.
Very plenty.
There's plenty of Thai women. In my mom's side of the family, we are all girls, like we're all female. I'm just saying that you'll never run out of women in this whole world. And Thailand, not every Thailand wants to be in a relationship. He's quite content to be single and live a peaceful life. You know, got his weed, got his little house, got his field. That's it. He don't need no drama, and that's cool. And here's the thing, other guys, like in Thailand, when they're looking to date, when they're looking for a relationship, they don't bother other people. They don't bother you for going out with this Thai lady because it's got nothing to do with you two. It's like they mind their own business, you know. Yeah. I think the only time that they would get annoyed is when they are in the middle of, should I say, wooing this woman, but then like someone else comes in and interrupts. Yeah, then you might be like, oh, for God's sake.
Barge in.
Barging
now,
in,
snatch her up.
But I'm sure like a lot of them are mature enough to understand, okay, you got game, I don't have. I'll find someone else. Fuck it. Just get on with it.
It happens. For me, I know several times when I was in the Philippines, even here in Thailand, you have a Thai girl, a Filipino with a boyfriend, and she's looking at me with a choosy eye. And the guy, of course, no man, I don't care if they're Thai or Filipino. No man wants their woman looking at another man with a choosing eyes, like, what's wrong with me? And I don't act on that. And that's part of being mature, So she's looking at you like that and you don't act on it. But switching gears to taking advantage of business opportunities here in emerging markets, I call them frontier markets, because a lot of the main thing that I've discovered through research and interacting with brothers that are wanting to come into the passport bros movement or become a digital nomad is, how do I make what I'm making in the West here in the East earning income? A lot of them, they can't afford to leave their jobs. So let's dive into taking advantage of business opportunities out here for someone who has an entrepreneurial spirit. If you are the type that wants to work for someone, just, you get a job, do your job, get off, go to the bar, the pub, enjoy yourself, go home, don't have nothing to think about. Then you have to look at working remotely in IT or even teaching English here. Can you chime in about teaching English here in Thailand? Because I know a lot of Thai people want to learn English, even Cambodians as well.
Yes, I mean, it's considered a business language, should I say. And so therefore, it's like a privilege to be able to speak English, because it involves you being able to work abroad in an English-speaking countries where the GDP is higher. So that's why it's very popular for a lot of Asian people to speak English. But nowadays, a lot of Thai people, and also in the Thai school system, they included Mandarin, they included Chinese, because of China is quite a strong economy. So
yeah,
you just learn the language for business. But yeah, you can teach English in Thailand. I mean, especially with me, I probably have the advantage because I can speak both languages, and also being here for almost 30 years, you know, you can't argue with me in how I speak English. Because Thai people, just like any other Asian country, if you're not white, and maybe your English is going to be not top notch, you won't be speaking received pronunciation of English. Little did they know that only 3% speak received pronunciation, like the posh Queen's English, basically. But I think that people who are able to speak Thai and English gets the privilege of, you know, being a teacher in Thailand and get paid higher than the Thai teachers who are teaching English, because you are a foreigner. So it's more credible coming from you, because you are someone who is, I mean, here's the thing. If you are of a different skin color, but you are British or American, and all your life you've been speaking English, you know, you still have to prove extra hard to certain Thai people that you do speak the language. That you are like American or English, even though your skin color doesn't say that it's white, you can see that it's not white. It doesn't mean that I can't speak proper English. It's my first language. But they don't understand that some of them, you know, they still link your skin color back to where they think you're from.
yeah, of course, because that's you know, how they make sense of who's who.
Yeah, some of them tend to assume, and that's the issue with assumptions. Making assumptions is that most of the time you're wrong. And I can put myself in an example, like, you know, I'm not white, but I have been here for almost 3 decades. And so therefore, you know, if a Thai person was to question me how perfect is my English is, it's like, guess what? Even white people of like Britain make mistakes within their own language, because it's a bastard language, so it doesn't really matter. But compared to you speaking English, I would be better than you based upon my personal experience. So yeah, I mean, if they question me because I don't look white, and they question how good my English is, I can just argue and say I speak better than you based upon the fact that I lived here for almost like 3 decades. I know the culture, I know the people, I know the language, I know the history. And I would just put it back on them and say, how much do you know about the history? How much do you know about the culture? How much do you know about the society? How much do you know about the West? I would just lay it onto them in Thai and see if they can answer any of these stuff. Because when they can't answer it, then they'll say, see, can you really argue with me?
Yeah, so that's another economic opportunity for someone who's more of, I just want to do a job. And that gives them the opportunity to actually come in and test out if they like to live in Thailand, while at the same time earning income, and they can be looking around, maybe earning some certification on IT and looking for remote IT jobs, at the same time earning enough income to supplement whatever savings they bring with them. So, they don't run out of money in the middle of it, because this place is not a place you want to run out of money on. And, try to go to the locals that, guys, you don't want to experience that. So you want to plan accordingly, get an English job, English teaching job, teaching the English, looking at a job site for companies in the US, if you're coming from the US, coming from the UK, and look at what they're looking for in terms of working remotely. And then get those certifications in IT, especially cybersecurity and artificial intelligence, because artificial intelligence is the next industrial revolution. For the past month, I've pretty much been doing small vlogging here and there and just immerse myself in studying artificial intelligence. this thing is like electricity. Like when electricity was invented, this thing is going to change the world as we know it. And I've been studying like with NVIDIA, what NVIDIA is working on, what Microsoft is working on, or OpenAI with ChatGPT, what they're working on, Entropy with cloud, just learning the prompts and the tokenization, what this thing is capable of is just unbelievable. And I mean, I use ChatGPT on a daily for my Airbnb business. I know like it's transformed my business and I continuously mastering this thing. So if you guys, you get into artificial intelligence on the security out of it, like cybersecurity, trust me, you will always have a job. And that's another way of traveling to these places, find a place where you find a peace. Because I know my personal growth since I've been coming to Southeast Asia, it's just been phenomenal. Peace of mind, you know, a place that has good security. You just relax. Your mind is wide open. If you want to go party, go to the pub, you go do that, then you go to a nice, peaceful, quiet area, lay your head down. And yeah, man, be just enjoying this place. If you're someone who's more entrepreneurial like myself, then there are all kinds of business opportunities out here. But you got to do your due diligence. Because the reason why I say that is Southeast Asia, everything is not like it is in the West. Like, okay, in the West, you register your business, things kind of work the way they're supposed to. Whereas here, sometimes, it relies on you knowing someone to be able to push certain things. Thailand has been doing very well, much, much better than countries like Philippines, Cambodia. I don't think they're ready yet. Vietnam, Thailand is actually doing much better than Vietnam in terms of doing business accessible to foreigners. Yeah, what can you say, Jane, in terms of doing business in Thailand?
I think there's many great business opportunities for foreigners. Even though, you get 49% of the share, as well as, being able to rent a land for like, I think,
99 years?
Many years. Yeah, for many years anyway. Why 49% and why the Thai person gets 51%? Well, it's almost like we're sharing something valuable with you, and it's because it still belongs to us. We're still open. We're still going to open up for you to share that experience, the advantage that we have. You have to understand that the land is for the Thai people. If it wasn't for Thai people, the Thai people themselves would have been marginalized by a group of people with a stronger currency. So that's why, historically, the land has always been for the Thai people. Anyone who's born in Thailand or anyone who's got Thai blood and claim that they are Thai, the land belongs to them. But this is just to protect us, but also at the same time, we are allowing you to come in and use our facilities, which is like building properties, running businesses, stuff like that, giving you opportunities to actually have a good life in Thailand. As long as you're, as long as you don't take advantage of us, as long as you don't try to take over, because if you are trying to take over our land, that's declaring war. You're trying to take our land.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much just like that. So it doesn't mean that we will absorb everything of yours. There is laws set in place for foreigners out there. In case you split up with your wife, for example, there's laws written of how much you should be getting out of this, what arrangement have you made, There's a law in place for you to protect you as well as foreigners. But mainly the land is for us But the thing is, most Thai people don't have the means to build properties on top of that land, that empty land, and so on. So therefore, it's always great to have your help, your financial help. And together, you can build a really great life in Thailand. And that's what my passport bros are doing right now. The ones that are getting married, is that they have plans set already before they even, you know, move there to live there. You have to think ahead. You have to establish something before you decide that, okay, I'm gonna like make this big decision and move to another country permanently. You have to learn about the system. You have to learn about the laws. You have to learn about, you know, the advantages of being with a Thai person based upon the law. You know, if you're rich enough, yeah, go by yourself. Don't need no Thai partner. Just pay, and that's it. You're cool. You know.
Yeah,
but
that's
I think
good.
it works better for you if you have a Thai partner.
Yeah, in terms of doing business, right?
Yeah, because it's cheaper going through them. The prices of everything, everything, including even small stuff in the market. Tax. Yeah, it's because, like I said, you are deemed as high value because they believe that you have more money because of your strong currency. So that's why they raise up the price for you. It's a different price for foreigners. And they do this only because they think that it's only fair. Because Thai people themselves, they don't have the same amount of money as you. And so to help the economy, like they charge foreigners higher. And to them, they think, oh, it's nothing to you. It's nothing to you. You can give us a little bit more. We're providing you this service, hospitality, You know, you come to enjoy our country. We serve you. You know, the services are really good, and so on and so on. It wouldn't kill you to just pay a little bit extra. It's like giving us tip.
Yeah. Yeah, like living in tip, that's a Western thing, you know? And I know places like Phuket, Pattaya, you know, Thai people that serve there, almost like now they're expecting. Whereas here in Hatia, it's still, I dropped the name. Whereas here in Southern Thailand, it's still not something that, you know, it's known to them. So you pay your bill and that's about it.
And, I think in Pattaya and Krungthep and like Phuket, those tourist area with a lot of foreigners running these businesses as well. It's a very like, it's a kind of environment where people hustle. That's what it is. That's why it's expected that you pay, But when you go outside of that regions, of that area, you know, the expectation is like, not like that at all. It's just, people just tend to just live their life more than just hustling in other regions, because I guess they live a more simple life in the countryside. You know, it's not very heavy in tourism. So then therefore there's no need to spend, or there's no expectation for anyone to spend. It's just welcome. Here, try this. Hey, what are you interested in? I'll take you there. It's more like connecting with you as a person instead of like having expectation that you are a foreigner, so that means you have money.
Yeah, almost like a walking ATM of a sort.
And for people with that mindset of hustling, that's what they're gonna look for in the first place.
That's what they're gonna look for. That's why they went to that
city. Are you an ATM? Exactly. That's why they get into that kind of field of work, because it's money orientated, right? It's focused on money making. But if you step out of that zone, what you're gonna find is people wanting to genuinely connect with you. Like, where are you from? What would you like to eat? Where do you want to go? What do you want to learn about? This is how you say something in Thai. And that's how you connect with a Thai person. Just like that. Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about connecting with Thai people. Because I know for myself, traveling around Thailand and really meeting good. I don't like saying good quality, because then it sounds like I'm talking about the ladies like a commodity. Well, really meeting good women, for me, I met them at the malls, night markets. Okay, these two places for the most part. The parks, I know the Philippines, they like to hang out at the parks. So Thai people like to hang out at the night market. Filipinos like to hang out at the parks. Malaysian people like to hang out at the malls and just like walking around outside. Like when you're in Southeast Asia, people are really outside. When they say we outside, Asians are outside. They hang out outside.
They bring their TV outside. They bring the fridge outside. They bring the bloody
they
bed outside because it's so hot. Like they have a house, but they have like a space, like a space, and then they have the gate. And they bring the TV, their bed, their fan, the fridge outside. Even them cooking outside. It's just a hot country.
Yeah, people they're outside, they're walking around, go to the mall, it's always packed. Like I live very close to the mall. Every time I go, it's packed. And it's just lovely ladies everywhere.
You know why it's packed? They have air conditioner.
Yeah, they have air conditioner.
And everything is convenient. You want to go have this ice cream? Okay.
Yeah, you want to meet a beautiful, lovely Thai lady? You go over there one day, another day, like they see your face. Next day, now they recognize who you are. Now you can open up a conversation if you really looking for a genuine connection. Because once you step out of that red light district, soy 6, those type of places, Asian women, they're not looking to do pump and dumps. And that's a lot of guys stay on that mindset of just pump and dump, looking for a girl, okay, go to dinner, they take her home, you clap cheeks, then you zoom out to the next one. Okay. If you're looking to do that, then go to where you do the pay to play, because any girl that is of value, that knows her value, is not looking to do pump and dump. And she's going to test you through patience and getting to know you and making sure that, okay, you're living in Thailand, or you have a plan to live in Thailand, or you have a plan for a serious relationship before, you get any cheeks. Other than that, do yourself a favor and just go do the pay to play thing. For meeting a real Thai woman, I'll be talking to Thai, even the Philippines, you go over there a couple of times, you show your face, then you could open up a conversation. And then from there, you could ask her on a date, start dating, and she wants to know that this thing is serious. Other than that, good girls don't engage in pump and dumps. And this is my experience, even traveling through Eastern Europe. So guys most of them are not patient. They're just looking to clap cheeks. You're not going to get a good woman just looking to clap cheeks just like that.
That's the thing where, when you have this thoughts about just playing, like pay to play, you're going to get the type of woman that is not traditional. So if you do get played by these type of women in Pattaya and whatnot, please don't start generalizing all Thai women to be the same.
Facts.
Because the Thai women in my dating community, look, they're allowed to be sexy. Everyone's allowed to be sexy. We're all adults here. But at the same time, I emphasize on the fact that this is a dating site for single Western men seeking marriage with single Thai women, because these ladies that I have, they are on that stage of like settling down. They ain't got time to be playing games or wasting anyone's time. But at the same time, they're not like that desperate. They'll be like, oh, marry me tomorrow. They still have standards. They still have emotions involved. So that means they are going to take the time to get to know you. But if it's clicked, then it's clicked. Because
you have to have chemistry and common interest.
Exactly. And when it clicks, it's like, it's really good with like this kind of dating. It's because I set it as something serious. So when it clicks, it's like, wow, it's proper serious to the point that they're getting married. So this is how I want it to be. I want it to be where it's like 1950s dating, but without the segregation. You know, no app and all that, keep swiping. There's no swiping here. You're literally talking to me. Like, and I'm the one who's scanning you to see if you're the right match for my ladies. I also scan the ladies. It's like, are you do you have the right mindset to be joining my dating community? Because I've got loads of guys who are like from the West, and they are, you know, of different ethnicities, different race. So you have to be open-minded. This is how my dating, this is how I run my dating service. And when you click, I remove the profile of the lady that's, you know, busy dating, because it's supposed to be exclusive. And also it indicates on my website that if you don't see that profile no more of that lady, it means that she is dating somebody, so she's not available.
Yeah,
it's very exclusive. It's proper.
That's how it should be, Jane. You know, that's how it should be. So two people talking, focus on each other, at least give it a chance to work. Because Tinder, Bumble have destroyed dating in the West single-handedly.
It's like
destroyed dating.
It just doesn't work on everybody, because you now have more freedom to explore. You basically, I feel like people are impatient
too many options.
Too many options, but not only that, it's too easy for you to just approach that person. There's absolutely no effort made by that. You literally just download the app, you upload your profiles, you write your bio, and then you go search, and you swipe. You know, for the men, it's like I swipe right all the time, because somebody will have to like answer me, hopefully. Yeah, just go for it. The girls, left. They're more pickier. But
facts.
Overall, it's not working out, is it? Because I feel like it's something that is quite superficial. Whereas my dating service, I am pretty much hands-on in how I connect people. And if I say this is not working out, I can see that the character is not a good match, not a good fit, I'll tell them it's time to move on. Let me find you another person that's a better match for you. You know, I'm right there by their sides all the time to make sure that, you know, the relationship blossom. Sometimes I don't even have to do that. They're both adults. And if, you know, if the chemistry is right, I don't have to do much work. They go on and like sort it out, arrange it themselves, which for me, I'm happy, because it means that, yes, I managed to connect another couple, and now they're both happy. And it's really good. It's a good feeling to actually see two people find love from a different side of the world. It's good to see that people actually stay positive despite, you know, the past, and actually give it a go. They gave themselves a chance, and look what they've got. And it's great, because it's like, it's something that I've been through myself, and I know that it's possible to find the right one for you if you keep trying and staying positive. And evidently it shows, with 2 couples getting married this year, and I have another 5 couples who are making major plans of seeing each other in person. So soon, within this year. And I'm trying. I keep it going, man. Exciting. It's not easy though. Let me tell you that it's not easy. There's a lot of emotions involved. There has been some drama before, but me, because I have like a lot of experience in terms of like relationship, long-term relationship, and also the experience of you know, understanding dating Western men, what it's like, and understanding the Thai woman's perspective is something that I'm able to offer in terms of like connecting them together, making them understand each other. Because like I said, what they're both looking for is that love, happiness, and peace. And you can find it outside of your comfort zone. Even though you don't speak the same language, you can still have that love language of your own that doesn't involve me or anybody else. And it's a beautiful thing, because looking at my stepdad, if he's with my Thai mom for all these years, then I'm sure it's possible for you guys as well. from the West to be like with a Thai woman and be happy. Same thing with my auntie. She married, an Englishman, and up until today, they're still together. And the cool thing is that if you find like a woman like my auntie, she just doesn't rely on you to be the provider. She'll step in and expand the business that you have, because she's like, almost like another workforce that's beneficial to your company, but she's also your wife. I mean, that's a win-win, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what a real woman does, They come in and
they come in, they help you, they improve your lifestyle, they expand the business with you,
help you take what you got to the next level. Yeah, that's incredible.
The same with
How
my
long
mom
we've
as
been
well.
going, Jane? I can see the time.
Oh yeah, we got 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
Yeah. It started at 11 a.m. for me though. So I guess the time difference, I guess, because right now.
Oh yeah. Right now it's 6:40. Yeah, we get 20 more.
Between Thailand and the UK.
Yeah,
like
man, we should do this more often, and probably next time go live, because I haven't been going live as much as I should be going, because just came back from the Matrix and start setting up out here in Southeast Asia in terms of business. Touching back more on business. So finding business opportunities is really good. And that gives you the opportunity to actually meet people. So it's not just about traveling, it's the connections that you make along the way and making meaningful connections. And within those meaningful connections, there are business opportunities, I can tell you that. And looking at whatever skills that you have, skill sets that you have coming from the West as one of the four tenets that serves as a pillar and framework for this channel is leveraging the skills that you have in the West here in Southeast Asia. So if you very skilled in entrepreneurship, you could do well there. You could do well here. And if you're meeting Thai people, general connection, that's how you can actually find a good business partner, someone from a good family that has good value, not some fly-by-night, because there's bad people. Everywhere you go, there are bad people. When you're going into business, like Warren Buffett, my mentor, will always say, you cannot do good deals with bad people. No matter how much you try, no good deal done with bad people ever works, because they're going to be looking for ways to screw you.
Yes.
And you don't want that. And
yes, so you need to make sure that you're with someone who understands your business mindset, where you're coming from with this, because there are a few Thai people who are not very business minded. They're more based on like just survival. So then therefore they're not the right kind of people for you to start establishing business with, because they have
you don't want to do business with those type.
No, you don't. You want to go for
you
someone
could employ him to work for you, but you don't want him owning 51% of the business. So it's very important to have someone who's business savvy. And Jen is right. I met Thai people. You could tell they're not business savvy at all. You're offering them a deal for a lifetime, and they can't understand it.
No, they don't. It's quite tragic actually, because you are giving them this business opportunity for them to finally make some profits, but they don't see that. They see as something that say for example you just establish something that's new, it's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of methods to try to reach to that success so that, you know, the business runs itself. But to a certain Thai people, they're impatient because if they see the results not showing up right now, they think it's a fail, it never works, and so on. They've already given up. They're in that survival mode. So everything has to be fast paced. I need to see money now. If I work for this now, then I have to see the money by the end. That's the end result, without actually looking to further expand something that can actually, you know, in the long run, makes you money without you having to struggle to make it. That's what it is.
True.
And I've been through that recently myself anyway. So I know from firsthand experience. And it happened like just recently as well. So from now on, I have learned my lesson. Gravitate towards the Thai people who, you know, study business or understand about other international tradings and their laws and stuff like that. Those are the people that you can trust in them understanding how to run a business.
Yeah. And there are Thai people like that, because I know in my class back in the UK, when I did my master's, we had a group from Thailand. And that's actually the first time I met Thai people. So.
Yeah. And another thing I want to point out is that you can also learn from another expat that's been there for a long time and has established businesses and so on. They'll be able to tell you the ins and outs of doing businesses in Thailand. And they are happy to actually help you because, you know, you come from the same community as them. So it's like a friendship thing. And I'm sure that, you know, when you come with the right attitude, like and with respect, people would want to help you, no matter if they're Thai, no matter if they're foreigners, you know, if they're like Westerners as well. Because the country itself, when you reach Thailand, it's a place where everybody feels relaxed and everyone's supposed to, you know, feel less pressure, less competition, really. I mean, amongst the small society of Western people over there, because they have the money, I feel like they can kind of relax a bit. There's no need to compete. There's no need to survive. I'm just living my life. I'm enjoying peace. So, but
true.
they also have businesses running in the background. And so therefore, it's great that you approach them and ask them, how can I establish myself in Thailand? What do I have to do? And so and so and so. It's great. It's a great idea to start building up a network in Thailand. In another country they're going to move to, it's always a good idea to start establishing
build network.
Yeah, you have to. Whether
meet
it's
people
financial,
who are there where you're trying to go to.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to just go there without some sort of like supportive system. You're always going to need other people to help you to settle in another country. So it's always good to, you know, build up a network of supportive people, whether it'll be foreigners, Westerners, or Thai people themselves. It's always good to have all types of people in your circle. The good people, I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. Incredible. That is great point, Jane. Because when moving abroad, you want to connect, whether it's a community, connect with all the expats, and then, you know, you take that and you connecting with, you know, really good Thai community, and there's no way you can make something like really great happen there in terms of building a new life. And I know here they have Nigerian communities, and when it comes to business, as a Nigerian man, you always want to tap into that. Let me see. Yeah, we got some more time to talk about a couple of more stuff. So, business opportunities. I think for business opportunities, let's end on this. This is the biggest hindrance that hinders a lot of brothers from, you know, taking this leap and live in the West is they can, for the life of them, figure out how am I going to make income there. And if they can figure out how to earn income and establish themselves here, they'll be gone just like this. They will not be in the West. That's the biggest problem, is making income. So guys, I implore you to actually look into this, okay? You come out here clapping cheeks, let that not even be in your mindset, because you're going to get so much of it. Don't focus on that, because if you focus on that, it will cloud your judgment. You make a decision to stay in a particular place that long term you will not like. You will move to a place like Phuket, a place like Pattaya. I'm not saying those places are not good. Even in terms of business-wise, establishing a business is already been flooded by other foreigners, unless what you offering is only to foreigners. Even with that, there are other foreigners doing it already. So you want to be looking outside of that. If you really want to enjoy the authentic Thailand, the Philippines, you gotta look past that. Because if you are in those places, you're gonna be paying more price, you're gonna deal with more headache, more BS. Yeah. So always try to look past that. Come to Thailand, come to, go to Cambodia, the Philippines with an open mind. Think past clapping cheeks. Because your status, once you get off that plane, your status shoots up. As a Western man, as long as you bring in that USD or British pound sterling, even guys coming from the Arab states, your status shoots up. Because I'm looking at the exchange rate. A lot of these Arab countries, their currency looks stronger than the USD.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm telling the girls, is that right? Yeah. A lot of, these places in Arab, their currency actually get more money than the USD.
I think it's called dinar. Dinar currency is stronger than the British currency, the British pounds, because of the oil.
Yeah, I think I was looking at Kuwait and a couple of Middle Eastern countries.
They're richer than the British
government.
Their
currency, if they change 100 of their currency, they get way more than USD.
Patrick, you're right about them being high value the minute they move to a Southeast Asian country. I'm high value when I go back and visit my country, even though I'm not in the UK. There's a different story when I visit Thailand. I'm seen as someone who's of a high social status because I can speak English, and that is a language that's deemed sophisticated in the eyes of so many Thai people. There's even a thing where there's teasing and mocking, like some sort of mockeries going on, like between friends. It's like the more that you speak like with the British accent, the more that you're so pretentious, like, oh, so pretentious. You want to sound so British, stuff like that. And it's like, it's in a way they're just joking, but deep down it's
in Nigeria they do that as well.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, they don't encourage each other. Yeah. And this thing is like, oh, you think you're so high soul. That's what they say, high soul, like high social. But it's just ignorance, really. I have to say, not everybody is like that in Thailand. So if you are going to be networking with people in Thailand, make sure that they have an open mind, mature mindset, as well as, just a friendly attitude. Not somebody who's always has something sly to say or negative. Always stay strong and always gravitate towards those people who are looking to help you, not drag you down. And sometimes in a situation, it can be hard for you to distinguish if the local people really do means well for you, or if they just don't understand where you're coming from. And so therefore, them helping you may turn out to be that they're in the way of what you want to do. They get in the way of what you want to do. So that's down to your judgment. The thing is, you have to be mindful about, you know, whether the person that you're interacting with, you know, a Thai person, has good intention for you or not. And how do you find out? Well, there will be so many red flags. You go by your instinct, you go by your intuition, like intuitive feelings. And if you feel uncomfortable, then you know that it's not going to work out. Like there will always be something that points out or highlights it within the situation that this is not going to work out in the future. When you sense someone hasn't got that business mindset, you'll know by the way that they speak, by the way that they look at things. It just doesn't fit your path. So therefore, it's easy for you to just break it off there and then with them, because you always have to make sure that you stay afloat. Not everybody's going to be on the same page as you in what you're doing. So therefore, it's really important that you distinguish between a business-minded person and someone who's just in survival mode. That's what I've learned. So
yeah, you know, you did touch something very interesting there when you talked about staying positive. And I want to employ guys, you have to respect the women that you're dealing with, these ladies, when you have to have the utmost respect for them. Forget the nonsense that you've been sold. It's a third world country. You could come here, do whatever. You have to respect them, respect their culture, and stay positive. Stop complaining about the little things. They might not say it, but it annoys them. You know, because I know for me, growing up in Nigeria, going to America, sometimes Americans are complaining about particular things. It annoys me because I know from where I'm from, people have real problems. You know, people, if someone is just sweating the small stuff, every little thing, because it doesn't look the same way, the way they want it, exactly the way they want it, and they just complain and it gets old after a while. You know, just stay positive. Don't sweat the small stuff. There's much you gaining more than coming from the West. There's a lot of things that you certain days you miss certain things, but complaining constantly it's a complete turn off. You don't want to be that. Come off
you don't want to be a Karen, basically.
Yeah. This negativity.
But I think it's because there's laws in place such as you can sue the company, you can sue someone. That's why you have the attitude of I am the customer, therefore I am God. In Thailand, it's like, yeah, customers, they are God, but the minute you disrespect us, it's like you're no longer a customer. Get the hell out. Because like I said, Thai people, they're prideful. When I said stay positive, I'm talking about like I said, if you feel like this particular person that you're working with is not exactly on the same page as you and you feel uncomfortable working with them, then being positive means that, okay, I'm going to make the right decision by letting go of this person. Like, just let him go, right? Or let her go. Because you being positive means that you are now searching for the business partner that has the same mindset as you. So you're not losing out on anything. You're trying to gain some benefits or positivity into your business, into the project that you're doing. And you're just picking out the right candidates to work with you. And that's about it. That's staying positive. That's doing something that is going to help you establish a better life in Thailand. So just watch out for certain Thai people who do not have that business mindset and just in that survival mode. Yeah.
Facts. And then that rings true for a lot of places too. Whether you're doing business in Southeast Asia or the West, you got to vet whoever you're doing business with. So we're going to end with that. We touched on a lot of things: culture, connections, business opportunities. These are the things that you want to focus on beyond clapping cheeks when traveling to Southeast Asia. And if you focus on these things, you're going to have really, really great time out here in Southeast Asia. I know, traveling extensively, be traveling for decades now. And that's one thing, going to place for vacation, It's another thing going to a place and vetting it for living full time. And that's what we are talking about here, living in a place full time. Because if you're going to make a decision to live in a place based on the mindset that you have when you're vacationing there, experts say it's a terrible, terrible measuring stick to gauge if you want to live in a place. So you have to go out there with the mindset of living there full time, and how you gauge if that place is livable for you full time is by things that we talked about. Because the vacation thing that will wear off quick. Yeah. Anything else you want to add, Jane, before we close up?
I can't think of anything right now except, anyone out there who's single and looking for a serious relationship, I have the platform for that. I have the platform where, single Western men gets to meet single Thai women for a genuine connection. So you can check out my website that I designed myself in less than a week. Oh my God, I was so stressed, by the way. It was like, oh, there's so many things I have to change here, this and that. But I did everything in less than a week, just so that you get access to view the profiles. But the website is thailovepassportbros.com. Yeah.
thailovepassportbros.com. You heard it here. And Jen is doing great in the space. She's a great asset to the space. Guys, go over there, check it out. If you are planning to move to Thailand, or even you have Thailand on your list, check it out. The ladies, Jane is actually vetting the ladies. So it's not like Tinder or Hi Lovely or I Love, something like that. You pay $19.99 and you don't even know who you're talking to. You could be talking to Chinese,
scammers,
scammers.
in my dating community, there's no scammers because I talk to them. Like, I'm hands-on, like connecting with them.
She's vetting them before they even get on her platform.
Yeah. So that's Thai Love Passport Bros, like plural.com.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Jen. I truly appreciate it. We both have small channels, and this is the way we grow. We come together, we bring something that is very valuable to our audience. And next time, we do this more, bring a little more entertainment, maybe have my Thai girl come do some Thai talk with you.
Yeah, that would be interesting, actually.
Just liveling it up. I'm still in a transition. Like, I was just coming back from getting my condos and getting all that signed. So do this, and next time we're gonna keep it lovely. We have about the same amount of subscribers. So doing this next time is gonna be live. I'm gonna start going live more, so people will expect my live shows, and you doing the same. You going live and you uploading, and we just continue. When are you moving back to Thailand?
When my kids is like all grown, I'll give myself about 8 to 10 years. So if we start saving right now, and hopefully by the time that we can go to Thailand and live there, there's still some property that will be cheap enough for us to buy. Because I know that, with a lot of Londoners and Westerners going to Thailand and making that region more expensive, we're hoping that, there's a land somewhere for me because I'm tired.
Oh yeah, there will always be a part of Thailand that is, still off the beaten path. Things are still affordable, reasonable prices. So I'm always amazed, like, how Thailand, with everything it has to offer, has managed to keep prices down. And it was sometimes cheaper than Cambodia, cheaper than the Philippines. And it offers as much stuff that you find in a lot of Western countries. I mean, if you're in Bangkok, if you don't know, you think you are in a major Western city like New York or LA. You know, if you're looking at the skyline and you're in one of the skyscrapers, and they managed to keep the prices low. And I always tell people Thailand invests a lot of money into their tourism industry in comparison to other Southeast Asian countries. So even when you go out and doing activities like zip lining, and you just getting way much more. Like I went and did ATV riding, and it was just incredible. Yeah.
You get better lifestyle out there. Don't know why some Westerners are complaining, but the thing is, they complain because they've never been there. They're only just hearing it from online, and then make their own conclusions based on false information they've been hearing, or very limited point of views about the other country. But anyway, they're missing out. We know that we found treasure in this world, and that's another country that's actually offered you so much more than what the Western government can offer you.
Yeah, offers way more, especially here that I am in southern Thailand, because it has so much of Muslim influence. Things are just lovely here. I'm not dealing with all that debauchery that you see in Phuket. So it's a great place to be. Someone that's looking to live in Thailand full time. But that's about it for it. Thank you so much, Chat Jane, the clap back lady.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
you, Patrick.
Peace.
Peace.
And if you like that video and you want to watch others like it, click right here. To understand the tenements of this channel, click right here.